Alright, everybody, welcome to this video. Welcome here to the Sports Talk Network channel. Welcome to my review of Riverdale. I stretch here. Anyways, welcome here to the video. Welcome here. We talk about Riverdale and my thoughts on the latest episode. I thought it was pretty good, so let's just dive right into it without any further ado. But in regards to that, we're likely in the last batch of episodes for season 3 of Riverdale, but the show always has time for other things, but we'll certainly see how things go. There are bigger things going on in every other story for this episode, but Riverdale makes the Archie Randy the centerpiece. At the outset, everyone's feeling down about Baby Teeth's death. It's understandable, but I wish we felt the same way too. Baby Teeth had less character development than your average Star Trek red shirt. Mitchell can't expect us to care about the death of a character and never bother to introduce it, especially when it's used as a bridge to the next story. Magog shows up at the gym to commiserate and mentions Elo's throwing a boxing tournament at his gym. Mad Dog mentions he'll be fighting for Baby Teeth, but all Archie wants is to join the tournament. Outside of one scene coming up, this is about all that Mad Dog does, but all good, right? We don't even get to see a second of his fight in the tournament. There doesn't even appear to be a tournament outside of Archie's match. I mean, I know Riverdale has a ton of characters, and it can't follow them all in their own storyline, but there's got to be a little smarter, better way to handle it than this. But hey, what do I know, right? It's almost like the show goes out of its way to repeat characters it just introduced. Come to that, where Josie and all this is she and Archie still a thing? I mean, yes, apparently, but we'll get to that later. Archie wants to compete, but Elo refuses. Even until Clyde Veronica confronting Elo in the men's sauna won't change his mind. Now I see why this episode decided to give us the story so much focus. The real important stuff may be going on elsewhere, but this is the most fun. In the end, Archie has to publicly call out Ronson for a rematch to make it happen. Elo agrees, but Archie has to move up a weight class to fight. It could be a whole story right there within its own self, but with Archie's pride coming up against his safety as he tries to punch above his weight. There you go. But that's not the story Riverdale is interested in at this time and to tell at this time. Instead, he makes weight easily, and Mad Dog tells Archie that Ranson has been juicing. Mad Dog gives Archie some pills to even the match, which are never brought up again, but Mad Dog hands Archie the pills and but he doesn't take them. There's not even a scene where he considers it. There's just no reason for them to be here. I get that the real purpose is to warn Archie that Ransom is on some dangerous new drugs, but why give Archie pills if they're going to be ignored immediately after? Though yes, you'd assume the that guy would not accept it, but hey. In any case, the fight comes and Archie's getting the hell beat out of him. He knows Ranson's on something, and Keller knows it too. Unfortunately, the ref won't call the fight unless one forfeits. That's not going to happen, so Keller tells Archie to stay off the ropes and look for an opening. Archie does, knocks Ranson out with one punch. After the 10 count, Ranson doesn't give up. Get up. He might be dead, and yeah, let's hope that's not the case. There's so much more interesting stuff to go on at the end of the season. I can't take it down. Oh no, I feel so an Archie subplot, but there are some interesting character dynamics during this fight. Veronica took an active role in getting Archie this match. She even gave him new trunks and ropes, sponsored by Pops. She says she just likes watching both shirtless dudes go at each other, but Josie looks a little suspicious. She might be thinking Veronica is honing back in on her man, and yeah, I can see that story going that way, but we'll have to see, right? It's not like Riverdale has developed a relationship at all since they started dating, right? Have they even seen each other since then? First bound with Josie, and come on. Why does Riverdale suck so much at this? Also, every shot of Luke Perry makes me sad. The awkward near silent shots of him in these scenes only remind me that he's gone, and it's very sad. Rest in peace, sir. That there aren't many episodes left where she even makes a small appearance like this. Over in the part of Riverdale that actually matters to the rest of the season, Betty's still trying to get her mom out of the cult. The big takeaway here is that we learn the Barmies don't believe they're talking to the dead. They're convinced their loved ones aren't actually dead. That level of disconnect from reality sends the Barm into full-on cult territory but wasn't there already. Even seeing video of John Blossom getting murdered doesn't convince Cheryl. The footage is doctored, she says. Tony tries to lure Cheryl away with sex, but it only works temporarily. She goes in too deep for one night to pull her back out. They pull her back in, huh? Betty tries a different approach. She tries to show her mother a fake grave of her first son. When that doesn't work, she chloroforms her and she ties her up. That bang bunker in the woods. I really hope someone's been washing those sheets. Alright. For she burns, the way this plot ends is a little underwhelming, but there's no other way it could have gone different at this point in the season. Betty listens to her mom recorded confessions. Betty leans in, learns. Alice, Betty learns, is truly afraid of her. She sees the same darkness her father won't had in her. Betty realizes that if she's going to win her mom back, holding her prisoner won't do it. Besides, any inheritance her college fund is already gone, forcibly cutting her mom off from her chosen form of healing, however misguided it may be, won't help anything as well. Betty returns her mom to the farm, and I guess we'll deal with that when we deal with that moving forward. Juggernaut and FP get the short end of the stick this episode. I made sure they move the story along, but the father-son cap drama feels like it's here out of obligation. There's none of the fun and self-awareness that makes the rest of Riverdale so great. They investigate BBT's death and find out someone's selling a new batch of fizzle rocks. Either a bad one-on-one that's been cut to something like bath salts. Causing using make people violent, incoherent, and foam at the mouth. Well, sorry about that. Getting tired here in the evening. It's showing up all over town, including the high school, where a girl bashes her own head into the locker repeatedly. It's also where Ransom is using it in the match against Archie, so there's something to come out of that. Another comes right at the end of the episode after they catch the dealer/cook who put this new batch on the streets. The journey may have been boring, but at least the destination was okay for now. The dealer reveals that it's part of a larger game, and a quest for Jughead, said the princess sort of thing. And Jellybean's been playing Griffins and Gargoyles with the kid who tried to kill Archie. Now he's led her into the woods for another game. He wants to meet you, he says. Jellybean turns around and you know who was behind her. The Gargoyle King, the real one, is back. It's about time Riverdale got back to this storyline. And I look forward to seeing how everything goes. Moving forward. Yeah. But all in all, another great episode of Riverdale. I so enjoyed it. Hopefully you did as well. But hope you all have a great rest of your evening, day, and otherwise. Have a great Easter weekend. And above all else, as always, take care.